Shalom, this is Amonute, Tayac of Piscataway, Sophia Spiritualite, your friendly neighborhood Shuman. And I just want to make a quick video. I've been kind of, laying low per requirements and instructions for the energy that's been kind of moving around here. But I did want to just give people a few reminders about what's going on. If you're looking for my new moon and full moon content, that is exclusively in the Telegram group now. That's not going to be public information. It doesn't mean that you can't have access to it, but you have to come into the Telegram group and get it from there in order to have access. We also have a bi-weekly, call where we talk about different things and go into some different information and, working on getting ourselves together, kind of like I would say almost like a support group, because it's a lot going on out here. And it's much better if you have like connections with people and you're not just doing a bunch of stuff on the internet as if they're not actual people that are attached to this stuff. So if you're interested in that content, all of those donation information, please come over to the group. The link is in the bio. The link is not going to be in the bio forever, because it's not that it's going to be a closed group, but at some point I'm not going to let it's just not going to be public. You're going to have to be a friend of a friend or something. We're just not going to stay public forever. And we're not public now because it's an invitation. And if you invite yourself into my space and you think you're going to bring some drama, then that's not going to end well for you. So I don't suggest that. So anyway, you are invited, of course, to come join us over there. We also have our No Money Grow Money group. That group meets every Wednesday at 8:30. That's also on Telegram. We will be modulating some of our meetings from Telegram to Zoom, perhaps, when we start getting into some of the real information and all of that. So I'll keep you posted on that. But that group is also open to people now, but it's not going to be open to the YouTube community forever, because I'm really trying to recruit younger individuals, teenagers, people who really want to, get in at the ground level of revolutionizing the system and aren't afraid and don't have this old, way of thinking about things stuck in their brains. So anyway, that group is open right now as well, and you're free to join it. And the band, we're going to be ramping up with the band starting in May, and so that link is also in the bio. And there's some things that we'll be doing and providing for people. So if you're interested in joining a band, i.e. tribe, I don't use the term tribe, they have ruined it. So we're just going to use band. So if you're interested, hit the link in the bio. I don't think anything is posted there yet, but soon enough we will be moving forward with that. Got some good things planned. So that wasn't the point of this video. I just wanted to say those things because I'm not going to be making a bunch of videos promoting these things. I just want to let people know. Also, my give and receive is still open. If you enjoy content on this channel, you're more than welcome to make a donation to this channel and to what we have going on. We're doing a lot of good stuff, tailoring it towards people who actually need the information, who actually want the information, and not in a way that's gatekeeping it from people who legitimately need and want the information and who maybe can't afford, because none of my groups cost. Everything is like, if it's a product or a service or whatever that has a fee associated with it, that's because I can't force anybody else to work for. I can't even force myself to work for free. I get credit for when I do these kind of things, so I'm not forcing nobody else to work for free. That's crazy. And there's some things that just cost money, currency. So, all that being said, we have a huge placement today, a huge thing that's going on, and this it would be the Uranus Jupiter conjunction. It happens, it's exact today. I can't remember if it already happened, or it might have already happened, or it's coming. I can't remember. But the energy is definitely today. So, and this is April the 20th, 2024. So this is definitely, why I'm making this video is because I would like to, warn people. I'm just going to give a general warning. This Jupiter Uranus conjunction is the start of a 14-year cycle. Personally, this is me personally. I have I have been under the thumb of this cycle since 2010. And when I go back to think about what happened in 2010, and this particular cycle happened in Pisces in 2010, okay? 0 degrees of Pisces. At that time in my life, I made the decision to move on from my husband. So in the process, I lost everything. And I had to rebuild a whole new life. And I was really young. Like, this wasn't like, I wasn't like 30 or something. I was like 22, 23 or 24. I was young. But I made the decision for myself that my child was more important to me than anything else. Top priority was making sure that my child basically had what she received, the kind of life that I wanted her to have, not the kind of life that my ex-husband decided was the life that I was going to have. And we didn't agree with and I didn't know he had a plan other than my plan until after we got married. And he's like, oh, I don't need no more kids. We could just live in this apartment for, until we can buy a big house. What? I don't like apartments. What are you talking about? Oh, you should just keep moving up in your job. What? I'm not trying to be working. I'm a business person. I just got this job because you gotta have a job. I'm not trying to be working my whole life. This is what you expected from me? Oh no, where on my face did I say I was interested in any of that stuff? Nowhere. I never said I agreed to any of that stuff. And so, as a result of that, like I said, my life got upheaved. And then even when my life got more stable, like around like the halfway point, which would have been like 2017, my life kind of like 2015, 2016, my life was starting to stable out. I had another baby, which was fine, not a problem. But her father was even worse than my oldest daughter's father. So that turned out to be it was destabilizing, and then I was able to restabilize. And so I spent the last 7 years of this 14-year cycle with my old man, who has been very stabilizing for me. But that first 7 years of that cycle was really horrible because I made a decision at the start of that cycle to begin this battle of standing up for what I believed in. So I'm not saying you can avoid the trouble, the trauma that's going to come with standing up for yourself in whatever area it is. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that if you decide to start this cycle by battling people, fighting people, talking about people's misfortunes, you're going to spend the whole 14 years battling people, fighting people, and misfortunes. And I feel like, because I started the cycle, fighting. I have been fighting for the last 14 years. Even with my old man, we don't fight, but it's been a fight. And so what I'm doing, especially since we have this Scorpio new moon, full moon that's coming up in a few days, what I'm doing is I'm saying, no, I'm not fighting any of these battles. I'm going to take the easy way out. I'm going to take the way out that brings me peace and brings me security and relinquishes me from the grip that whatever this entity is that wants our people to keep fighting. I'm releasing myself from that. So what you see in media, especially amongst these male rappers, except Kendrick Lamar, who happens to he must know the astrology. These Negroes is starting this cycle fighting. All of hip hop is in dishevelment. First you have, you have Drake coming out against all of these people with these diss tracks. You have J. Cole who came out with, but what did J. Cole do? Also a very smart man. He was like, it didn't sit well with my spirit. I take it back. Smart man. He don't want to be fighting for 14 more years. He got caught up. It's okay to get caught up. It's okay to get caught up and apologize. You still got time for that. You have time to say, no, this is not what I want. No, I said it wrong. What I really want is peace. That's what J. Cole said. What are the rest of these people choosing? They're choosing violence. Chris Brown came out with a diss last night against Quavo. I didn't even know him and Quavo was beefing like that. He went straight into rapper mode. I was like, oh man. I made a post on Twitter. I was like, y'all forgot Chris Brown was really a rapper before he was a singer. He was a rapper who could sing, just like Trey Songz, just like T-Pain. Rappers who can sing. Y'all forgot about that. He's not going to let you forget. It was a over-the-top diss record. Over the top. He destroyed this man. Quavo's not that good of a rapper. He can't come back. He said that man, Quavo should have died instead of Takeoff. A lot of people said that that's messed up for him to put that in the disc. Anyway, masterful work, but come on, man. Come on, brother. You already got enough drama. You could just see how, I don't even think these people can control it. It's like their handlers or whoever is just like beaming this radiation into them and really like forcing them to. And Drake, he done did a rap. He done got AI Snoop Dogg and AI Tupac. I don't even know how. What is these men? Anyway, I'm sorry. So the reason I'm making this video is, whatever you do now, we're in the window. If you started out this window fighting and aggressive and all of that stuff, please cancel all of those contracts. Repent. Always how many times I have to tell y'all to repent? But repent. Don't do that no more. Let's start with a cycle that is much better for you, for your family, for your environment. Don't give into no fighting. Like, I've been purging a lot, so if you're in the midst of a purge, let it all be purged out, because you really need to come into this with a clean slate. You really need to come into this with a clean slate. You can't, are you lathering the soap before you use it?
Yes.
Because you're using a lot. How do you need more already? You shouldn't need, this is way too much, way too fast. I don't even use this much. Your body is half my size. So, okay, that's fine. So, anyway, I just wanted to give you all a really good warning. Please don't engage in no people, anything that is, there you go, that is low vibrancy, low vibrating, low energy, low any of that. You want to stay as positive as possible. You want to stay upbeat. You want to stay optimistic. Um, um, the lunation is helping you. Let me just put it that way. For people who get the video, y'all know what I mean. The lunation is helping you. It's putting you in the right vibration, in the right frequency. And so it's just up to you um, to really make it happen, to really make it work, to really stand your ground. If you want peace, you need to be at peace. Like, one of the things that I want is I want to constantly be on vacation mode, man. I want to work, you work when you have to work, you work as much as you have to, and then you back on vacation. That's how I want to be. This is what I'm asking for the next 6 months. I want to be on vacation mode. Come in, drop a little work when I have to, when the time is right, say a few things that help somebody and the right things at the right time, and then go back to resting and relaxing. Now, I was forced to rest and relax because I was sick, so I don't want that kind of. I don't want to be on vacation mode because I'm sick. I want to be on vacation mode because I choose it, and so that's why I'm saying, hey, I will choose vacation mode. You don't have to. You don't have to take my health away from me to put me on vacation mode. I'll choose it willingly. Give me the opportunity. So that's how I'm approaching this alignment. We also have Pluto square the sun, I believe. It's just a lot of Pluto is involved. Let me put it that way. Pluto is involved for sure. Jupiter, Uranus. We have the sun and the moon. It's a lot of energy coming in. It's a very, very easy to descend into. Plus, whatever came through the portal with the full moon, it's very easy to descend into pretty aggressive lunacy, and to really go overboard. And so I implore you to work on yourself, be focused on yourself, get yourself together, and at the same time be prepared to assist in reconciliation between different individuals, because that is one of the things that came up with the lunation. I think people should know. So there is going to be reconciliation amongst our people. There will be reconciliation amongst our people, just in case that wasn't clear. There will be reconciliation amongst our people. There will not be division. Okay? We are going to reconcile. So I'm happy about that, actually. That makes me feel good. I know that some people don't believe that that is the case because they have been working really hard to keep our people separated. However, I am the first one to reconcile when reconciliation is possible. Like with my ex-husband, reconciliation wasn't possible for our relationship, but we do have a good relationship now, especially raising our child. So that reconciliation has come to pass. And there's other reconciliations that haven't, but that's because my spirit team don't play about me. And if you are full of legions of demons, you're not allowed to be around me. You have to do something about that first, and that would be directed towards a person who I won't speak to. That would be my child's father, my other child's father, because I have 3 firstborns. So you got to get rid of the demons first, man, and then I don't have a problem. But I'm not going to let somebody with legions of demons in the presence of my beautiful, sweet child. So that's just not an option. We don't do that over here. So and this is also a point. Whatever you allow in your home right now, whatever you allow to happen in your home right now is what you're going to get for 14 years. So if you don't force peace on your terms, not on somebody else's terms, you are the prize, you're the spiritual one. Force peace on your terms. Like, we're going to be at peace because I say we're going to be at peace. Or I'm willing to take my peace and go. You have to be like that. You cannot allow people to be in your house, in your space with all of their foolishness. It has to be peace. your way, because you are the one, especially the females watching, with the intuition that works. The men don't have working intuition. Their intuition has been destroyed, severed, completely turned off. Okay? These men have no intuition. Zero. You can't trust anything they say. I'm sorry. You just can't. And so you have to go with your intuition, not with what they're saying. It won't work. You will end up in a disaster. That is a guarantee and a promise and a prophecy all in one. So, I don't have it in me to be nice about that, because I don't want anybody to say that no one told them. Oh, I told you. You'll be hearing my voice in your head if you don't stand up for peace and prosperity in your home. And prosperity is not money. Prosperity is, we gonna grow the way that I say we're gonna grow, which means we're gonna be strong, but we're gonna be strong the way I say we're gonna be strong. Nobody else can give you that. And it doesn't mean that you ignore your partner or anything like that, but you need to stand up and say, no, I'm the one who knows what's going on right now. I'm tuned in with the energy. You're old and outdated. Okay? What you're thinking is not even real. You need to do a reality check. But in the meantime, I'm going to do this the way that I say, and you can figure out how you feel about it later. You have to go like that. It has to be harsh like that. That's what I did, because I knew that if I allowed somebody else to make decisions for my child at a young age, when they get older, that child's going to leave and never come back. I'm not worried about my kids leaving and never coming back. I'm not worried about that. And it's not because I'm the greatest parent. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not worried about that, because I know that I have given my children enough of the real world and enough autonomy to make their own decisions, and enough tools to see that, hey, this is how I make my decisions. This is why I make my decisions. And I also cater to their specific needs. If all of them have different needs, and I'm able to cater to that, not perfectly, of course, but and where they have deficiencies, I'm able to point out, hey, you might need to work on this some more. Not perfectly, because I'm not really a soft person, so I kind of have like problems with that. But that's because I'm not on vacation mode enough. So that's why I'm going to be on vacation mode. That is what I declare. I declare and decree. I'm going on vacation mode. My kids are going on vacation mode. We'll have little stuff that we do. It's going to be all fun. It's going to be vacation mode, but it's going to be fun. We're going to make it happen. That's how I feel. That's what we're doing. So I need people to understand what this time is, what they're trying to recontract you back into, what they're trying to convince you to do, what they're trying to force you into. It's not good. It's not helpful for you. It's going to cause you a lot of harm and discomfort if you do not heed the warning, which is why I'm here to give the warning and to give you the prophecy. The next 14 years is going to be a total disaster if you do not remove yourself from anyone who demands that you have stress, and demands that you be under stress, and demands that you do things that you and your heart disagree with. You have to stand up for what's in your heart, what you believe to be right, at all costs. At all costs. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go out and leave your partner right away or anything like that, but you got to stand up for it. And you have to be willing to do whatever it takes. You have to make that your red line in the sand, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. For me, it was my child. It was like, no, you're not going to tell me how to raise my child. I'm sorry. You participated, right? But I carried this child for 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, whatever. Me, by myself. Nobody could carry the child but me. And for men, it's the same thing with you. If your partner is out of line, out of whack with something, you got to be willing to walk away too. This goes on both sides. Everybody got to have their principles. And if you have irreconcilable differences, that is a legitimate reason for divorce. Now, it doesn't mean you can't reconcile, and somebody will think, oh, maybe what I think is not as important. That's fine. But you have to be willing to stand up and walk away from whatever it is. You have to be able to do that. One time my dad told me, It's funny how these cycles repeat. He said, you know, he separated himself from us because um he didn't when you have a diseased body part and you don't want that disease to spread to the rest of the body, you chop the leg off. You don't leave the leg on, let the disease go to the whole body and kill the whole body. Take the leg off. You learn how to live without the leg, but at least you get to keep the rest of the body. And I understood that clearly because that's exactly what it is. If you have a problem, an issue, you don't have to fight with that issue. You can try to heal that issue. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's a 50-50. But what you can always do is remove yourself from the issue. You are in control of yourself. If you have to remove yourself and walk away, whatever you got, I walked away with nothing. I had a car. That's all I had. No, actually, it's even worse than that. I had an apartment, but I couldn't live there because I had a car that wasn't registered in the state where the apartment was, so I couldn't park on the street, so I didn't have parking. I had no way to get to the apartment without a car because at that time there was no Uber, only taxis. And to go from one state to another state via the taxi meant that it would cost more than almost my rent every day getting back and forth to, and I couldn't walk this dangerous part of town. So it was very, very, it was a really big problem. I ended up giving my apartment up and moving back home, which was ultimately good because then I got to spend a lot of time with my grandmother before she died. Like, she died in 2017, so I got to spend 7 whole years basically right beside her. You know, that was good for me. I appreciate that time. You know, so it worked out, but it only worked out like that because I stood up for myself and said, no, I'm not going to let nobody tell me how to raise my child. I know what's best for my child. I have a special connection with that child. The dads do too. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying in my case, it was trying to throw me off my plan when I had that baby. Now, I've been wanting kids since I was like 13. So I had a plan. I had a thought process. I had, you know, my mom, and, you know, I talked to her about this kind of stuff for a long time, and I knew what I was trying to instill into my child, like my mom tried to instill into me. And so, I had these good lessons I got from my dad. So I knew what I was trying to do. And this sperm donor was trying to interfere with that. Like, what you think I had these kids for you? I mean, come on now. I never said that. I wanted kids. A lot of kids. Which is why I have 3. Which is a lot. A lot too many for me. I mean, not too many, but you know what I mean. Anyway, the point of the matter is, this is the kind of energy that's coming in. This is a make or break energy. You have a make or break decision that's going to come to you in relation to your home. For me, it was in relation to Pisces, which Pisces is about spirituality and stuff like that. Actually, hold on. Let me read it specifically. The last one. Pisces is in relation to secrets, intuition, inner strength, karma, and hospitals. So that's what all of that was in relation to for the last cycle. So this cycle is going straight to Taurus. We skipped Aries, which is another thing we might talk about later, which is income, assets, agriculture, planning, and strength. So if you have to be strong. You have to be strong. The universe is going to present you with an opportunity to be strong and to forever change the trajectory of your income, assets, agriculture, planning. And so I highly, highly suggest that you take this opportunity and not just do the right thing, but feel the right feeling. Follow your intuition. Don't doubt all of the work that you've done over the past year or 2 years you've been over here on this channel with me. Don't doubt any of that. If it don't feel right, don't agree to it. Do what you think is right anyway. Don't worry about the result. Let the chips fall where they may when the result comes, and say, well, this is just what I did. If you got a problem with it, you can undo it to the other person, whoever they may be. That's my suggestion. And then let the chips fall where they may, because at the end of the day, when you get called into the judgment seat, ain't no spouse going to be there, brother, sister, mother, cousin. Your children won't be there. The only people that's going to be there is you and your ancestors, who was probably there the whole time telling you, hey, you're doing the wrong thing, man. What are you doing? So you are going to be the one who takes the responsibility and the shame for that, for yourself and for your ancestors. I suggest don't do it. You're the one who's going to have to relive that when you die, the whole scenario over again. You want to relive the scenario and say, man, I did the best thing that I could, and let it be the truth. Make the best decision you can, but you have to stand up for yourself and let it be the truth. And ignore everything else. And if there's a problem that arises, you go to your spirit team, you say, okay, how you listen to your intuition. Don't ignore your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Okay, how should I fix this? And then you go about solving a problem. That's it. That's my suggestion. That's my hope and my prayer, my dream for you, that you do these things and that you find success. This is the start of a 14-year transit. If you don't do it, it's going to be nothing but chaos and drama for 14 years. And, Lord have mercy on you. There'll be nothing we can do but pray for you at that point. But the prayers are going to go unanswered, honestly, because you're given the opportunity right now to make the correct decision, and you have to make it. It's not optional. The valley is not optional. You don't get to go through life without going through the valley. It is not optional. Just like you must seek. If you don't seek, you'll never find anything. These things are not optional. These things are requirements. So I'm begging you, pleading you, begging and pleading with you to please stand up for what is right within your home. Okay? That is what this Taurus is, the home. Stand, whatever you consider your home, stand up for what you believe is right. Even if you get knocked down, the Most High will show you the way out of that. I mean, I got an example of that that's hot off the press, but I'll save that for another day and another time. This is supposed to be a quick video. Oh, by the way, this icon that's on the screen is the saint that is over our Scorpio full moon. This is Saint George the Conqueror. As you can see, this is a melanated saint with an afro with two melanated angels in the back. So all these people talking about, oh, they don't worship a black Jesus, the saints, this is a melanated Saint George, and I am from George County, so this means a lot to me. This is a melanated Saint George with some melanated angels in the back. So they call it St. George County, Nigga County. Nigga County it is, because obviously St. George is the saint. So anyway, that's enough for this. Shalom, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.